Pakistan's second largest naval air station, the PNS Siddiq in Turbat, came under intense bombardment, leaving over a dozen Pakistani army personnel dead. Shortly after the news broke out, Majid Brigade of the Balochistan Liberation Army claimed responsibility for the attack. Now, this is the second attack on Pakistan's security base in just about 1 week. The increased frequency of attacks in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan regions have not only shocked the Pakistani military establishment, but also pushed them into a corner. Now, which begs the question, is Pakistan crumbling from within? And why exactly has some strategic areas been targeted? So let's now take you through what exactly happened late last night. Around 10:30 on Monday night, Pakistani security sources revealed that around 4 to 5 BLA operatives armed with automatic weapons and hand grenades attacked the Turbat airbase, which eventually led to an intense fire exchange with the security personnel present at the outer wall of the station. While the BLA claimed that over a dozen Pakistani army personnel were killed in the strikes, the Pakistani army claimed that 6 BLA fighters were neutralized. But who exactly are the Majid Brigade, and why are Pakistani security establishments under frequent attack? The Majid group was named after two brothers, Majid Langov Sr. and Majid Langov Jr., who were responsible for carrying out suicide attacks in August 1974 and March 2010. In the past, Majid Sr. has attempted to assassinate the former Pakistani Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto while he was on an official visit to Qatar. Majid Jr., on the other hand, sacrificed himself to save his associates when Pakistani security forces raided the house where they were staying in Quetta's Wahdat colony. Following Majid Jr.'s death, BLA's now late leader Aslam Achu established the group's suicide attack and labeled it as the Majid Brigade. Over the years, this group has been responsible for several attacks in the region, especially targeting Chinese infrastructure. Now, let me just tell you why exactly the Chinese infrastructure has been targeted. In fact, BLA maintains the reason why there has been an increased influence as far as the Chinese are concerned has led to a situation where they believe that the natural resources have been taken away by the Chinese. Before the Monday naval airbase attack, at least 27 Pakistani army personnel have been killed in the Balochistan region since the start of the year. What makes the ongoing crisis so significant is the fact that it is the longest running violent insurgency in Southeast Asia. Pakistani-administered Balochistan is a region bordering Iran and Afghanistan and has been a long-standing challenge for Islamabad. In recent years, various Baloch insurgent groups have carried out attacks targeting the CPEC project, which is also known as the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. In fact, after yesterday's late-night attack, the security has been tightened in major cities like Lahore, Peshawar and Islamabad to protect the Chinese and Chinese interests. Amid the chaos, Islamabad's Capital Territory Police has asked for permission to recruit 1,000 more policemen to form special unit for security of foreigners, especially the Chinese living in Islamabad. China-Pakistan corridor and increasing Chinese presence happens to be the main flashpoint that many would say in the Balochistan insurgency movement. So let's now take you through what could be the possible reasons. CPEC effectively has emerged as a new target. Baloch insurgent groups have targeted CPEC projects due to grievances over economic exploitation and lack of local benefit from these mega infrastructure initiatives. The Chinese presence also happens to be the other reasons. The presence of thousands of Chinese personnel working on CPEC projects in Pakistan adds yet another dimension to the security challenges faced in Balochistan. The Chinese occupation of the Baloch land and the exploitation of indigenous population in this region has driven the Baloch fighters into conducting more precise and frequent attacks in recent times. Also, there is an impact of Taliban in Afghanistan. The increase in terrorism incidents in Pakistan since the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan shows how the challenges that have been posed by the groups operating across the borders has evolved, throwing Pakistan into a disarray and move completely unanticipated by the Pakistani authorities, which previously added or rather sided with the Taliban. Also, record high casualties. The annual security report by the Center for the Research and Security Studies speaks about a significant rise in violence-related fatalities and injuries, reaching a 6-year high in 2023. A long march led by Baloch women protesting against the extrajudicial killings in the province was met by police brutality as they attempted to enter Pakistan's national capital, Islamabad, just about a couple of months ago. The protesters accused Pakistani security agencies of a string of abductions of Baloch men, an allegation vehemently denied by the authorities. What makes Balochistan so very crucial is its rich resources, such as gas, which is strategically significant for Islamabad. Now, in light of this, the people of Balochistan have often claimed that the Pakistani administration is exploiting the region's resources, but they are also refusing to give any benefits to the locals. With rising insurgency and growing resentment, Balochistan remains at the heart of Pakistani ongoing turmoil.